Yo, yo, yo. What is the dealio, y'all? What's the dealio, y'all? How y'all feeling? How y'all feeling? We got watch list, right? We about to get it in tonight, man. All right, we charting, right? If you guys are just tuning in, let me know in the comments where y'all tuning in from. Say what's up. All right. Also like this video. By the end of us getting off this live, let's get this video to 100 likes, y'all. All right. We got a lot to talk about. The market was beautiful today. It was a lot of good setups, man. So like this video, say what's up in the comments. Let me see what y'all got going on. Who made some money today in the stock market? Right? Swell Hunter. How you feeling, Swell Hunter? How was the day today? Pamela, how you feeling? How you feeling? How you feeling? What's up, Shali? She be cooking for sure. Andres, how you feeling, Andres? How's everybody doing? Like this video, y'all. Subscribe to the YouTube channel if you have not. All right? We're going to talk about the market today. All right? He said, got the strap popping plus the order block indicator. There you go. That's all you need. That's all you need, for real. You could go run it up off of those two things right there. Right? What's up, Dr. V? Pete Bryant, what up, what up? Ordinary Peeps, how you feeling? Yeah. All right, y'all. So look, right? The market was beautiful today. All right. Doria, what's up? What's up, Caesar? Shout out to Boston. Swell Hunter made almost 3K today. Hey, now that is huge. Shout out to that, Swell Hunter. Right? Market was popping today, all right? So if you guys are just tuning in, like this video real quick. All right, we about to go over the levels. We about to break down the SPY, IWM. We about to break down the market. And we going to find some setups for tomorrow. All right? Doc, how you feeling, Doc? So yesterday I talked about Intel, right? I said that's going to be one of my main focuses. And what did Intel do today, y'all? Intel went silly. Intel went absolutely insane, okay? If anybody caught Intel, drop it in the comments from last night. If anybody caught Intel, drop it in the comments. I gave that play to you guys. All right? Newbie Maddie. What's up, Newbie Maddie? How you feeling? Welcome to a live. All right, we about to get it in. I'm going to break down some levels for you guys, some setups and all of that stuff. All right, what's up, Angel? How you feeling? How you doing? How you doing? So look. All right, let's go to the charts and let's break down what happened. All right. Let's break down what happened in the market today. All right. So he said I ran Intel, Davita. What's up, Davita? Made no money. Intel moved too fast and I missed it. What up, Ash? How you feeling? How you feeling, Ash? Intel blessed. Yep, we ran up. Yep. We got into it today, y'all. All right, so yeah. All right, so like this video. All right, and let's get into it. Let's get into it. We're gonna break this down and we're gonna find some setups for tomorrow. All right. I didn't, was in another play. Yeah, you probably had like 3 plays that was popping off already. You know what I'm saying? Doc be getting to it. All right. What's up, D-Har? She said, I caught Intel on the initial move with you. Then I saw it go throughout the day. Yeah, it went crazy. I should have left some runners, but that's them explosive setups, all right? Look at Intel real quick, right? What did I tell you guys? I told y'all it consolidated yesterday, right? It consolidated yesterday. I said this is going to be my main watch. And look what happened. Came up, consolidation, broke above, boom. Went absolutely insane. Went absolutely insane, y'all. All right? That's what Intel did today. Right? 2 boner candles back to back. Boner, away, boner, right? 2 straight boner candles. It went crazy. All right? So that's what Intel did. I told you guys these 1 candles are very powerful. Okay? These candles are very, very powerful. All right? So, when you guys see those setups, man, you gotta take them. All right? And let me show you guys so you know we don't play no games over here, right? Now watch this. Watch this. Okay? So look at this. Inside of the Discord, right? Inside of the Discord, this morning, I told everybody right here, Intel, right? I said, as long as we stay above $40.38, we are bullish. All right? They might come down and fill the gap. All right? So, that's what I said about Intel, right? Oh, let me hold on. Right here. Okay? I said this on Intel. Right? This was this morning, right? December 2nd at 6 a.m. I put it right here, right? As long as we stay above $40.38, we are bullish on Intel. They could come down to fill the gap. They could come down to fill the gap and then bounce to the upside, right? And then we go to Intel. Right? And what did they do? Let's go here. On the 30-minute time frame. They came down to fill the gap, right? They gapped up. They came down to fill the gap right here, and then they bounced up, right? So that was the play on Intel. All right, that was the play on Intel, and we executed beautifully today. All right? She said, not boner candles. Yeah, them was some straight boner candles. When you see a green candle just go straight up, you call that a boner candle. All right? What up, A. Watkins? Caesar, he said Palantir went crazy as well. Yeah, Palantir went crazy, right, off of the setup that we talked about yesterday as well. All right, so what up, Marquin? All right, so let's go to SPY and break down SPY. And then we're going to break down IWM as well. All right? If you guys are watching this, drop it in the comments where y'all tuning in from, okay? I want to know who's watching. I want to know where y'all tuning in from, okay? And then be sure to like this video as well. All right, let's like this video. Y'all know how we do now, right? We're going to give you the levels. And tomorrow you're going to be able to go and make money based on what we say right here on this live. We do it every single day. All right? We doing it every single day, y'all. Okay? This is the live charting. You charting with Zay. I would be doing this anyway. So I just decided to put my live charting on YouTube. All right? So this is how millions is made right here. We do this every single day consistently, and you just let the money pile up over time. Right? What up, trees? We got St. Louis in the house. All right? So, shout out to Dallas, Texas, man. Atlanta in the building. Kent, what up? What up? I know, Kent, you in Detroit. New Jersey. Okay, we got Jersey in the house. What up, Johnny? Jersey, Dallas. Okay. All right, y'all. So, look, let's break this down, right? Let's break this down right here. Okay, so we got the SPY, right? Now, as you can see, we got the order block right here. Okay, we got an order block right here, right? Now, yesterday we had a fail to up, but we had a lot of selling pressure, and now today we got a failed two down, and now today we got a failed two up. So yesterday was a failed two down. Today was a failed two up. All right. Boston in the house. Houston, I love Houston. All right. Now we got a failed two up right here. Okay. If you go inside the 30-minute, you see today we basically chopped around, right? Chopped around yesterday, kind of same, right? Pretty similar. Didn't really make a move, right? If you look at the chart, Best Beezy, what up? If you look at the chart, we're in a range, right? We're in this range right here. Okay? We're in this little range right here, right? So we got a range right here on SPY, right? So all I want you to do is I want you to pay attention to this range, right? That's all you got to do. Pay attention to this range right here. And then you say calls above this range, right? And then you say puts below this range, right? That's all you got to do. So now we go back to the daily time frame. And we got right here, right? So yesterday's high or today's high, right, is going to be right here. So we're going to say 683.83. So we're going to say calls above 683.83. All right. Calls above 683.83. All right. And then we got puts below 679.27. Okay? Puts below 679.27. All right? So listen. We got these fair value gaps right here, so it can come down in this area and get liquidity and then go higher, right? And if you look at it on a daily, right? If you look at this on the daily right here, this looks like an inverted head and shoulders, right? But the second shoulder isn't created yet, right? So I want you guys to pay attention to, so pay attention, right? So we got this right here, okay? And then we got this right here, right? And then we might have this right here, okay? So SPY could start coming back down to form a second shoulder and then get ready to go higher, right? That's what it looks like. Okay, that's what it looks like. So if you see us get below 679 tomorrow, then enter in the puts. And if we get below, if we get below 678.74, you stay in the trade, and we could come down to 676, right? So that's what I'm seeing on SPY, right? We could potentially come down and create another shoulder right here in this area, and then we could go higher, right? But if we do go higher, right, like tomorrow, it got to get above 683.83. But we've been rejecting off of that level for 3 days now, right? We tried to go up when we had buying pressure. The next day we came down, we tried to go up again. Today we tried to go up again and we failed to go higher. So now I think that we could potentially start really coming down to create that second shoulder. Okay? So tell me if that makes sense, everybody. Tell me if that makes sense on SPY. All right. Tell me if that makes sense on SPY. I broke it all down for you guys. It's looking like we're going to come down tomorrow because yesterday it was already looking like we was going to come down. We was already on a bear flag yesterday, right? Remember when I showed you guys on the hourly, we had that bear flag? So it already looks like we're going to be coming down yesterday. So today, because we failed to go higher, I think that tomorrow we might gap down or we might come up a little bit, reject, and then come down lower to tomorrow. All right? So I would like SPY to come down. It's so iffy right now. Yeah, it's just going up and down, right? Up and down, up and down, right? It's just in the range right now. What up, 808 Banga? What's up, Chaos? All right, cool. So we cool on SPY. Now we're going to go over IWM, okay? If you guys are just tuning in, like this video for me. All right, let's get this video to 100 likes by the time we get off. All right? And be sure to subscribe to the YouTube channel. Every single day I'm bringing you guys life-changing information that could change your life financially, spiritually, physically, emotionally, right? Full person concept over here. It ain't just money. It ain't just stocks, right? It's everything. So when you come over here to this little part of the internet, just know you're going to be able to elevate yourself in more ways than just one. All right? So be sure to subscribe to the channel, like this video. All right, and we're going to talk about IWM next. Okay? He said I like sound to come down $1. I know, right? We're going to go over that one too. All right, we're going to go over that one too. So, let's go back to the charts. What up, Buckeye Treats? All right. So now we on IWM, right? We on IWM. Okay, so IWM, very similar thing, right? So watch this. So, first things first, on Friday, they consolidated, right? They consolidated. Okay. Then we had a failed 2 down with a lot of selling pressure, right? A lot of selling pressure. And then today we finally have a 2 down candle, right? Now we have no real support below here, right? And if you look at it on the 30-minute time frame, right? We've been in a range as well. The indexes have been in a range, right? Look. They've been going up and down in this little area right here. Okay? This is the area they've been going up and down to. Okay? So now, look where we came down. We came below this range right here. Right? So on the daily time frame, it's really looking like we about to come down tomorrow into these fair value gaps right here. Okay? Into these fair value gaps right here. Right? And we're going to come down. And we're going to make some more money tomorrow. So IWM finally looks like, after 2 days of fighting, the buyers are getting exhausted, and tomorrow we about to eat off of IWM to the downside. Okay? So, for IWM, we're going to say puts below 245.11. All right. Puts below 245.11 tomorrow on IWM. Right? And let me say, right? Let me make sure I say, none of this is financial advice. All right? If you want professional financial advice, Go see a licensed financial advisor. I'm just sharing with you what I see on the charts and how I plan to make a couple dollars in the market. All right. So let's go back to the charts now. Right. I bought IWM 12-3 put and made a little off that after drop after closing. Oh yeah, I think puts is gonna pay tomorrow on IWM. All right. She said, "Damn, I missed the range break. I saw it squeezing at the end of the day." Well, the beautiful part about it is tomorrow you got a whole nother opportunity to catch a real nice drop because I think it's gonna drop. All right. Just fell through in time. The IWM whisper. Right. What up? What up, Reggie? So IWM closed at 245.17, right? Let's see where they at in after hours right now. So right now in after hours, and after hours don't fully matter, right? Because things cannot hold. We could wake up and it'll look completely different, but I do want to see what it's looking like in after hours. Right now, it is up in after hours, right? It is up in after hours. So it's up 55 cents. So it's back at 245.73. But as we know with stocks like to go up, come down, go up, come down, and test, right? So yeah, let's see. We're going to go back to the charts and we're going to complete our IWM analysis, right? He said, I had 245.06, so we seeing the same thing. Yep. I'm gonna break it down a little more. I'm trading come trade with IWM tomorrow. Cause today I didn't take an IWM trade, right? I got an Intel, right? But because IWM was going up and down and it wasn't breaking out of that range, that's why I did not take an IWM trade. And that's why I focused on Intel because it had broke above that one candle from yesterday. Right? But it's looking like tomorrow, IWM is about to have a real big day to the downside. That's what I'm seeing. Okay. Now, obviously, I could be completely wrong, and IWM could shoot up tomorrow and it could show us a boner candle, right? It could be straight up, but we got to see. Okay. So we just got to make sure we prepare for whatever direction, and then that's it. Okay. When I seen it break the day before low, I entered in and almost bought tomorrow's expiration, but just scalp it. Yeah. And like sometimes you'll be able to catch an index to swing it, and sometimes it's best to just like wait until it closes and it opens the next day. You know what I'm saying? So, but let's go back to the charts on IWM and let's finish that out. All right. So, like I said, puts below 245.11. If I zoom in a little more, 245.11, puts below 245.11. So let's go to the 30-minute real quick. So as we could see, right, we have a pretty clear bear flag right here, okay? So we got a bear flag here, boom, right? And then boom, right? So that's a flag. You see that flag right there? Delete that. So you see that flag right here? Okay. So we got to move to the downside. It's flagging right here. Right? Cool. So 245.11 is below the low of days, but this after hours right here is 245, right? So basically if we lose 245, 245.11, 245.06, then you can enter into puts. It coincides with this order block right here on the 30-minute time frame. If we lose this order block right here, then we could be coming down to this 200 EMA at 244, right? If you can catch a $1 move on IWM with 0 day to expiration, you could change your life. All right, you could double your money in 20 minutes, 10 minutes. All right. So that's that, right? That's that. What else do I see? But because we've ran up so crazy, right? We have a lot of area to retrace. Y'all see? We got a lot of area to retrace. We got all of this to retrace. Okay. So we could be coming down substantially. If you look at the hourly, right, on the hourly, 200 EMA is down here, and we got an order block down at 240, right? And then if we go to the 4-hour, right, on the 4-hour, we had a 2 down candle and then a failed 2 down right here. So we got to get below here. Once again, 244.91, which is basically 245, right? But I would use the day candle, the daily candle, to be my my outline, right, or my reference point, right? And then so this week so far we're on a bearish consolidation candle, and we're gonna be on a bearish consolidation candle all week, unless we get above 248.92 or we get below here, right? So this week is gonna be considered a consolidation week unless we get above last week's high or below last week's low. And that's a long way to go to last week's low. I don't personally think we're going to be coming down to last week's low, but I think that we could come at least halfway, right? To halfway through this candle right here. So like 242. So I do think that tomorrow we could see 242 on IWM, right? That is what I do believe. So if we enter into puts tomorrow, and if IWM starts coming down, I think that will come down to 242 to test that level right there, right? When I'm looking at this right here, 242, 242.50, I think that that's where we could come down to tomorrow if we lose that 245 level, all right? And if IWM decides to be bullish tomorrow, then I would say, let me look. I would say above like 246.53, right? So I would say, or you could just wait until it gets above the range high at 247.65. Okay, so if you were a little bit more aggressive, then you could right here, right, 246.55, take entry. If you want to wait a little bit longer, wait until it's above 247.58. All right. So let me know if that makes sense about IWM. All right. That's the breakdown for IWM. If y'all want to make money tomorrow with IWM, that's the game plan. Me personally, I'm going to be looking at puts to the downside below 245.05, 245.11, right? That's what I'm going to be looking for tomorrow on IWM. I gave you guys SPY as well. All right. Now what we're going to do is we're going to go through the stocks, right? My watch list on the stocks, and we're going to find some more setups, right? I always say you should have one index that's in your pocket that you could always look at and make money with on a consistent basis. And then you want to have, 1 to 3 stocks that you're looking at throughout the day. If you have that right there, you could go make 6 figures a year. You could make 6 figures a year on IWM alone, right? But you could make 6 figures a year with IWM and 2 solid stocks, right? Y'all saw the video that I did about yesterday about trading like a business, right? If you got those 3 stocks, that's no different than like, how who is it? Nike, right? They got Jordans, they got Air Force Ones, and they got Dunks, right? And so those 3 bring in a lot of the revenue for the actual brand, right? Look at it's the 80-20 principle, right? 20% of your things is going to bring you 80% of your results, right? So you can have a watch list of 20 stocks on there, but when you really look at the data, you only going to be making money with 2 to 3 of those 20 stocks. So really you just need to find out which ones you like trading and which ones you like focusing on, and then focus on those, right? So that's why I say one index and about 1 to 3 stocks that you like to look at consistently, and you just lock in on those stocks. That's all you got to do. You're going to find some solid setups when you're using order blocks and when you're using a strat you're going to find some solid setups on one of them stocks every single day. And then you're going to be able to create that consistent income for yourself that you want. All right. So I just wanted to drop that on y'all before we continue to go into the charts. I wanted to drop that on you guys because this is how you treat trading like a business and how you professionally manage this stuff and how you understand how to create consistency. Right. So, what up, Drew? How you feeling? Yeah, we'll go over Amazon. We'll go over Amazon. All right, so let's go back to the charts real quick, and then we gonna find some setups for tomorrow. Okay, we're gonna find some setups for tomorrow. All right, I'm gonna give y'all my list, and then y'all do whatever y'all want to do with that list. All right, y'all know I'm selfless. All right, Mr. Colorado, what up? OG. Hey, look, man, you ain't an old man, right? You an OG in the building. All right. It's good. Hey, Google, I told everybody, right? I posted it in the Discord. I said, I think tomorrow Google is going to be on my watch, my main watch tomorrow, most likely because of the setup. So we're going to go over Google for sure because I think that Google could be an absolute banger. All right. So let's pull up the charts, man. And let's go into what I'm seeing on the charts. All right. So we got, all right. So we did SPY and IWM. We got Intel. Okay. So Intel, I mean, it just went crazy. It's in this order block right here. So it could go up to about $45. So I'll put it on there. I'll put it on my list as bullish continuation just because. But it made a crazy move today. So all right, so bullish continuation on Intel, right? Now we got Dell. Dell went crazy a little bit today because they donated some money to Trump, and then he tweeted saying everybody loves Dell, and then they went crazy. All right. If you look at them on the so the first that first 30 minutes, right? They had a nice little pump up to 138. So that was cool for them. On the daily, AMD definitely looked like they could be coming down to potentially come back down here and try to fill this gap. Potentially, right? These big gaps, they don't always get filled immediately, but we could see this downtrend try to create a lower low. Okay, so, but we do have a fair value gap right here, so we would really have to get below about 209, but we could come down to 209, 210, and then reject. All right, and then create a failed two down. So, yeah, so that's what AMD is on a failed two up, but I'm not gonna put it on my list. So yeah, Applied is on a failed two up. I'm not gonna put that one on my list. Netflix, I kind of like them above 110.33 because we got the 200 EMA. So if we get above the 200 EMA on Netflix, which would be at 110.39, then I like them to the upside and they could run up crazy to like 113, right? So I'm going to put Netflix on my list. All right. I see a Dragonfly. Well, I'm going to say a 200 EMA breakout. All right. And like a 200 EMA breakout, that's not like a strategy that people talk about. I just be putting it on my list like what makes me remember what I was looking at. So I'm like, okay, it's after 200 EMA. If it breaks above, it's gonna break out. Boom, right? So that's why I did that. So we got Robinhood. I don't like the setup. Nvidia. I don't like the setup. Affirm, right? Yesterday they were on a 3 bar. And then look what happened. It came up and pushed down, right? So Affirm did their thing today on that. Shopify bounced back from yesterday. They had a 2-2 bullish reversal. Came down and filled that gap right here. Uber. What else we got? So Google, right? So here's Google, right? This is why I love it. I love this setup so much, right? So first, let me put it on my list. Google 212 bearish continuation. All right. So on Google, we got a 212 bearish continuation, right? So let me break this down. First things first, let's zoom out real quick. I want y'all to look at how it's been going crazy, right? It's been going absolutely insane, right? If you guys know, Google was my stock this year. I've been trading Google crazy ever since we was at like 150, right? Whoever's in a Prosperity Collective, if you was in a Prosperity Collective in all April, March, right? February, y'all know I was trading Google back then. I was also trading MU, right? We was trading them stocks when they was dirt cheap. Okay, so Google has been one of my favorite stocks to invest in. Started buying their shares around 140, 150. I love Google. I love trading it. Okay, it's a very valuable company. The more I got serious about YouTube, I just really started to really like Google. Okay, so we got this gap right here, right? We got this gap right here, but we're on a bearish 212 continuation, right? That's the setup. So look at after all of this uptrend, but look what happened. A failed to up, a down candle. Tried to come up again, failed to up, a down candle again. Now we got a consolidation candle, okay? So if you look at the 30-minute time frame, just look at the movement for the day, right? The movement for the day. Tried to push up, came down, got smacked down. Tried to come up again, smacked down, tried to come up again, smacked down again, right? So on the daily time frame, here's what we're going to say. We're going to say puts below 313.86. Puts below 313.86. All right. Puts below 313.86 for Google. Okay. My price target on that would be 310, right? 309.65. But let's be conservative and let's say 310. All right. Price target on that will be 310. Okay. 310 will be my price target. All right. Now let's say we do get bullish, right? Just in case something crazy happens, we're going to say calls above 318.39. All right. But I like puts below 313.86. All right. I like puts below 313.86. Right. Price target 310. Right. And then we'll see if we come, lower than that or not. But 310 is what I would be looking at on Google. All right. So I really like this setup on Google right here. So that's going to be a high priority for me. So I'm going to put my asterisk right there. All right. Can you look at iron? Yeah, I'll look at that later on after we finish up with the list. All right. If you guys are just tuning in, man, say what's up in the comments. Subscribe to the YouTube channel. Let me know where y'all tuning in from, and like this video as well. All right. Like this video. We're gonna keep this going, and we're gonna keep finding some more setups for tomorrow. All right. So hymns, they are not looking good. Palantir, Carvana, Nike, Okay, they're in the equilibrium zone. TSLL, SoFi. Lyft went crazy today. They went crazy today. Circle, Amazon. So while we're here, look at Amazon real quick. So for Amazon, they rejected right here. So I would say if Amazon gets below 233.38, puts below 233.38. Okay. But and then it could come down to 232.18. All right. So and then if it goes below that, then we could be coming down to about 230. Okay. So we got puts below there. It's on the failed 2 up on the daily. So on the 4 hour, this looks like a 3-1-2 setup right here. A bearish 3, a bearish 1 candle. And then we come below, that's a 2 down. And then we could start a downtrend here. And then we could be coming down to this order block right here. But before that's the order block, we have a lot of fair value gaps where we could see bounces at. And that first serious bounce will be about 231. All right. So that's what we got on Amazon. So we got, how do you get exact number for puts calls on Google? Basically, you just got to know your levels, right? You got to know what your entry would be and what your exit would be, and then that's how you figure it out, right? Watch all my videos, and I'll be breaking down this stuff so that a third grader could get this stuff, right? My goal for y'all and everybody that's watching this is to simplify this trading game, right? I remember when this stuff used to seem like it was Chinese to me and Mandarin, not Chinese because that's not a language, Mandarin, okay? And so it was very confusing, and I know it could get intimidating, right? So I try to simplify all of this stuff because it's like a matrix, right? And I feel like I decoded the matrix, and now I'm a messenger, and I'm bringing back the message in layman's terms so that we could stop worrying about why this stuff is intimidating, and then we could just straight get to this money now, right? Because now that we understand how to read the charts, we could get to this money now. You see what I'm saying? So that's why I'm trying to make it simple as possible, right? So I hope that answered your question, Phoenix. What's up, Chaos in Boston? What up, Vincent? Shout out to Texas, man. Shout out to Texas. So let's get back on the charts. So that's Amazon. I don't personally like the setup on Amazon too much, but with that strong rejection right there, we could be coming down. Let's see what else we got. In phase, not messing with it. Core weave. Meta looks like it's about to go up. So I like Meta for sure. This looks like a home run. Bullish continuation. All right. Meta looks like it's about to go insane. We could see Meta tomorrow touch 658. Okay. 658. There's no resistance. And then potentially 674 and then 680, right? So we could see Meta go to like 670 tomorrow. It could have a very big day tomorrow. So be on the lookout for Meta. This looks beautiful right here. All right. Lululemon. Nope. Tesla. I don't like the setup. CrowdStrike. Adobe looks like they could come up, but we got this area right here, so I'm not gonna mess with it. OKLO, who else? SMCI, PanW, Oracle, VRT, they came up, and look at this, y'all. Right? I told you guys about this play on Sunday, right? I said calls above 180.57. My price target is 191, but my first rejection point would be 183.72, right? And today it came up to 186, but it rejected and it came down. But if you would have got in above this 180, you would have got to move $6. Okay. These Sunday watch lists, they hit. You just got to pay attention to the market, right? And not be afraid to lose money, right? Alibaba, nope. MRK, they had a 3-2 day. Celsius, nah. App, I called App yesterday as well. I said App could go absolutely insane. They got a liquidity grab right here, so they could be coming down, but they went crazy today. Caught that one. Google, well, we already talked about Google. MRVL, they had earnings. Okay, so I might trade MRVL tomorrow. Let me see where they're at. I'm gonna see where MRVL is at. Right. So I'm seeing where they're at in after hours right now, because I believe they were up. Right. So about $90. Okay. So right now MRVL is up 10%. They're at $102, right? So let's see. So MRVL is at $102, right? I think that tomorrow we could see MRVL go up to like 105. All right, we could see MRVL go up to about 105 tomorrow. If we open above $98, then MRVL is gonna go higher, right? So I'm gonna put MRVL earnings reaction on my list. Earnings reaction. Okay. So that's MRVL. If y'all are just tuning in, man, like this video. All right. Subscribe to the channel. Let me know in the comments where y'all tuning in from. All right. If you can count to 3 video was a game changer. Hey, there we go. You know how we get down. Appreciate that. Since meta is so high, can you get in? You can. Or you could also, get out of the money contracts, right? You just got to understand how the stock moves, right? Don't be afraid of out of the money contracts when you understand how the stock moves and where it goes. All right. What up, honey bunny? How you feeling? The fair value, the fair value gaps are liquidity grabs, so stock wants to go there. Either bounce off midline. Yep, pretty much, Michelle. Yep, that's right. It's just areas of liquidity that the stock is trying to go to see if it's going to test and keep going through, or if it's going to bounce or reject off of that fair value gap. All right. So that's MRVL. AVGO. AVGO looks like they can definitely continue to come down some more. That looks pretty good, honestly. Let me see what their contracts are. AVGO. So AVGO, their contracts are about $400 to $600. Out of the monies, let's say 370. This is 360. Okay, not bad. AVGO. They cool. That's cool. AVGO does look good to the downside. QTZ, what up? How you feeling? Yeah, 100 plus. Yeah, we got 100 people on this live, y'all. That's major, right? Let me say something real quick, man. We be grinding on this YouTube stuff, right? To have 100 people here at what? Almost 10 p.m. on a weekday charting with me. That's major, man. So I appreciate all of y'all who's tapping in. I appreciate all of y'all who be watching, locking in, and coming and charting with me, man. So I just want to say thank you to everybody, because this YouTube grind on a consistent basis, it's not always easy. But when y'all be showing up, it be giving me energy, right? So I appreciate everybody for tapping in, for real. All right, I mean that. All right. So let's so we got AVGO, we got SoundHound. So I like this SoundHound right here. We actually took an entry on this inside of the Discord. If you're in the Discord and you took this SoundHound trade, put it in the comments, right? If you took the SoundHound trade, put it in the comments. I got in there on my small account challenge, right? In my small account challenge. So right now overnight on the small account, it's up 13%, right? On the small account, it's up 13%. So we got in earlier today, and so it's up 13% right now, and it's on a 3 bar, right? So what might happen is we could see this thing, like you see this 3 bar right here, and then the next day it went crazy, right? So we got another 3 bar right here. So we could see this thing come right back down here. I'm hoping for it. And then from there, this could be like a 100% trade right here. So we could double our money tomorrow potentially if SoundHound continues down like I'm looking for it to do. All right. So that's SoundHound right there. Okay. Sean, he said, P. Bryant, thank you for the value for sure, bro. Y'all know how we get down. Sean Cox, he said, YouTube brought me this live video. Never watched it before. Thumbs up. Hey, I appreciate that. Appreciate that, man. All right. QTZ, you took it. I'll go over Clean Spark in a minute. Doc is in. A. Watkins is in. James is in. He said I was in my own world. Hey, Best B, he smacked almost 10K today, so you was definitely in your own world. You know what I'm saying? It's all good, bro. It's so many setups every single day. It's just a blessing. You know what I'm saying? So Angel is in. Pete Bryant got in at 47. Yeah, I got in at like 42, like 40 or 42. But nonetheless, we good there. So let's go back. So I like this SoundHound setup right here. I'm not going to put it in my list because I'm already in a swing on this one right here. All right, but yeah. So we got XYZ. They went crazy today to the downside. Microsoft, not really messing with them. Delta Airlines, they had a nice day. What else? We want you to keep rising. Hey, I appreciate that, Stefan. Ronald, how do I start? How do you start what exactly? Trading or what? Like what exactly are you talking about? ARM. Okay. Apple had a strong day again today. Citigroup. This is gonna come down tomorrow probably. I kind of like this setup, but I don't know. DoorDash. I told you guys about DoorDash, right? I told y'all about DoorDash the other day. It was on a 1 candle last week, and look what happened. That thing blasted off, right? Blasted off, okay? So these setups be explosive, y'all, all right? All you got to do is learn how to understand the strat combo, count to 3, and you could change your life in the stock market, all right? UAL. Ooh, IBM is on a 3 bar on a daily, okay? 3 bar on a daily. So we're going to put IBM here. 3 bar bearish. All right. So he said your Discord. Click the link in the description for the Discord. All right. Click the link in the description for the Discord. And then you could start trading with us. How do you start trading? You gotta get a brokerage account. You know what I'm saying? You gotta learn how to trade. Join a trading community, right? And yeah, if y'all just tuning in, man, like this video as well, okay? We giving real sauce. We giving real levels, right? We doing all of that. So IBM is on a bearish 3 bar right here. CRM. So we got ANET came down. GLD, FedEx, LMT. Who else we got? TSM, IBIT, XOM, UNH, Bitcoin. Bitcoin look like they're trying to come back up to like 99 to 100K. And if they do, that means Coin and IBIT and those stocks are going to start coming up as well. So, Coinbase. What else we got? MU. Silver looks like they want to come up tomorrow. So, but I'm not going to day trade them. He said it's a packed house tonight. I know. Hey, we over 100 people on the live, man. Like, shout out to that. For real. Like, listen, over 100 people, that's lit. That mean we growing. You know what I'm saying? That mean this is value right here. So yeah. I told y'all about Reddit. Okay? What did I tell you guys about Reddit? Hold the phone real quick, right? Hold the phone real quick. I told all of y'all on last Friday. On Friday, I told y'all that Reddit could go crazy this month, right? So watch this. Watch this. This is what I'm telling y'all. This is the power of what I be saying, right? What did I put on my on here? I said calls above 220.60, right? Calls above 220.60. What did I say? I said first price target is $231, right? $231. Now watch this. Where did Reddit come up to? What price is this right here? What price is this right here? What price did Reddit come up to? What that say? That say 231.73, right? $10 move right there. $10 move right there. Right? $10 move right there. Come on now. All right. So listen. What else we got for tomorrow? What else we got for tomorrow? IONQ. They in a real range right here, so I'm staying away from them. All right. Rocket Lab, Iran. Iran look like they going down to the den. All right. So look. So here's what we got with Iran, right? We got a order block right here. Okay, we inside of this equilibrium zone right here, right? So I would say, so this is $40 and this is $39.51. So you could say, if it get below $40.82, you can enter in the puts, but we are in an order block right here, so it could bounce anywhere around here. So really, I would say if we got above $40, right? We really need to get below $40 on Iran to really have a move to the downside. Okay? So yeah. That's what we got on Iran. QBTS. What else we got? Oscar. RGTI. Well, actually, RGTI look like it can make a big move to the downside, right? So I'm going to actually put RGTI on my list for tomorrow. Okay. RGTI. 212 bearish. Okay. Look at this right here. If RGTI gets below 23.57, really 23.36, we could be coming all the way down here to $21. All right. So I'm going to be looking at RGTI to the downside. All right. QUBT, HPE, Caterpillar D-Dog. They had a bearish 3-bar today. So they probably going to come down again. Will come down tomorrow to this order block right here. So yeah. So what I'm going to focus on tomorrow, is going to be Google And I like this RGTI setup to the downside. Okay. So I'm going to be looking at RGTI and Google to the downside tomorrow. Okay. That's what I'm going to be looking at for sure. Because those look solid. All right. How much is a Discord? It's $150 a month. Jameis, that's why everybody should join. It's next level, best Discord. I'm telling you. I'm telling y'all. All right. What's the 3-bar? That's the strap method. That's why you should watch my videos about the strap method. And that's also why you should join the Discord so you can learn how to use the strap method to print profits in the market every single day. All right. A 3-bar is a momentous candle, right? Simply put, it's an outside candle, right? That's what a 3-bar is. So yeah. What else we got up in here? SoFi, you could rinse and repeat these stocks so much, man. Lyft has been a good one to rinse and repeat as well. All right. SoFi is the one I use every day. It would be my work truck if it was a business. There we go. That's what I'm talking about, right? My queen said it's really the best Discord. Yeah, we got people making 5, 8K a day in there, right? 1,000 a day, 500 a day, 3,000 a day, right? Tripling their accounts, doubling their accounts, right? So just keep that in mind, y'all. All right. We day trade, we live trade every single day, and we be calling bangers. You know what I'm saying? We be calling straight bangers. So who else we got? So somebody said SoFi. He said SoFi. So let's look at SoFi real quick. All right. So SoFi, right? They rejected here. So I think SoFi potentially could come back down about 28.68. So about $1 to the downside, but it has to get below like 29.30. So but it could pump back up. So we got to see what direction it chooses to go in. All right. Just click on everything in the links in the description, right? Ribs and Radio. Just click the links in the description. If y'all want anything that I'm offering on a YouTube channel, all you gotta do, any video, it's always gonna be, the links is always gonna be in the descriptions. All right, it's always gonna be in the descriptions, right? The best Discord daily. You know what I'm saying? Like, listen, every single day, right? This is how we get down. So what we're going to do is we're going to recap real quick, right? So y'all see, I don't be capping over here, none of that stuff, right? I told everybody, right? Today, this morning, I said Intel, right? This is my name right here. This is me, right? This morning I said Intel. As long as we stay above 40.38, I'm bullish on Intel, okay? Calls above 40.77, right? Look what it did, y'all. Look what it did. Oh my goodness. Up 8% on the day. 8% on the day. Okay? 8% on the day, y'all. This is how you change your life right here. Right? This is how you turn a little bit into a lot. All right? Oh, Clean Spark, somebody did. Let me see. CLSK. SK. Let's see real quick. Clean Spark. They definitely could bounce here. They definitely could bounce here, but if they get below like 1364, then maybe ride them to the downside. But there's a lot of liquidity in this area, so it could be a free fall or it could bounce real hard anywhere in this area right here. Downside. I don't know. I don't like this setup right here, and I don't rate Clean Spark enough to really have confidence in them because I don't really know how they move. Right? I did talk about AVGO already, but let's see real quick. AVGO. Yeah, it looks like puts below 379.82, right? Puts below 379.82, and we take it to the downside. It could come down to 371 easily, right? So yeah, I mean, AVGO looks like a solid move to the downside, honestly. Okay. So yeah, just joined yesterday, and Profits already paid for my first month membership. You hear that? She joined yesterday, and the Profits just paid for the first month of membership, right? So, this is not uncommon. We got people up 10 racks in a month. You see what I'm saying? So it's not about just the live trading, but it's about everything else, right? We got a weekly study session, right? Me and Marcel, every single week, we bring something to you to help you elevate your trading game, right? All the questions that y'all may have, whatever, we dive deep on to certain concepts, right? We live trade every single day. We got a full-blown course in the back end that you get access to as well to help you with all of those small questions also, right? So it's like, listen, this is the last group you will ever need to join if you come in, focus, and lock in, right? Jamila said, browse through the videos. It's all there to learn. Yep. No one breaks it down to make it easy and click like Isiah. TPC members will soon be buying. I'm telling you, y'all going to be buying houses, whips, your mama a house, your daddy a house, your grandmama a house. You're going to have whole neighborhoods. I'm telling you off these profits. I'm telling y'all, this ain't no game. We do this every single day for real. We show up every single day for real. All right. If y'all are watching this, man, like this video. All right. If you are new, subscribe to the YouTube channel. Also, let me know where y'all tuning in from. Right. I want to know where y'all tuning in from. I want to know, who's really watching these videos, who's watching these lives. I want to know that, man. So I like knowing where y'all are tuning in from. All right. It helps me understand who I'm talking to. Right. That's how I could effectively get these messages out to you guys, because I'm learning who I'm talking to. Right. So that's important right there. Okay. So yeah, I got in Intel and made $100 off one contract. Yep. In my small account, you was on point. Hey, there we go. Right. And look, I always say it ain't about the dollar amount. It's about the percentage. Right. Because on that $100 off one account, what was your percentage? That's the real key. It sounded like it was over 50% return. And you got to think, where can you get a 50% return from the bank? Where you're not going to get it. So if you learn how to get 50% 1 to 2 times every single day, and you do that consistently, it's only a matter of time until you become very rich and very wealthy. This is what I'm trying to get you guys to understand, right? The 100, 200, 300% trades, they're going to come. But at the end of the day, if you keep stacking up 30, 40, 50%, 80% gains every single day, it's only a matter of time until you rich as fuck. It's only a matter of time, right? What your job is to discipline yourself in your mind and really understand it's the turtle that wins the race, right? So I still see Netflix coming down, especially after that split. Right now is a liquidity grab. Yep, it sure could be, right? But I see it could come up a couple dollars and then it could reject off this fair value gap. So whatever way it goes, I'm cool with it. That's the best part about being a trader that I've learned, is it really don't matter what direction the stocks go, because you could always trade them, right? So it's like that's the game plan, and that's what I love about trading, right? It ain't about the what the stock do. It's just the direction. Get on the right side of the direction. Understand how to analyze these charts on multiple time frames, and you could go change your life in the market, right? Shout out to Houston, man. Shout out Julius Emmanuel. It's a lot of people that be watching me from Houston, man. For real. Shout out to Houston. I should be joining this week. There we go, Stephen. Let's get it. Yeah, don't sleep on the bots. I forgot to mention the bots, right? We just got so much popping inside of the Discord that you can't lose, right? You cannot lose, right? Please understand that. What up, Joy? She just subscribed from Florida. Hey, shout out to that, man. Shout out to Florida. What part of Florida? What's up, Denver? So Ribs and Radio in Denver. Menifee, Arkansas. Shout out to Arkansas, man. Shout out to the whole U.S. Shout out to everybody that's trying to get this money in the stock market, right? Shout out to all of y'all, okay? It's 10 o'clock Eastern. I know it's late. I ain't trying to keep y'all all night, but I did want to, chart, go through some setups, and really see what's going on. So tomorrow I'm going to be looking at RGTI to the downside and also Google to the downside as well. All right? And then we got IWM as well on a consistent basis. We looking at that every single day. That's why I analyze it. All right. Got popped on Meta early, lost 8%, but I had waited for breaking structure. I feel that. Hey, it happens to the best of us. All right. Happens to the best of us, y'all. So with that being said, man, I hope that you guys got value out of this. All right. We come to you every single day with original content, right, to change your life. So be sure to go to my videos, right? Go watch my videos. If you want some real heat, if you want to really change your life, man, go to my videos on my YouTube channel and just go binge them. Go watch the trade of the days, right? Go watch the videos. Go deep, right? And I promise you're going to be like, damn, I'm going to blow your mind, right? I know I'm going to blow your mind. I know I'm going to change your life. All you got to do is give me your time by way of watching the videos that I've already produced. If you can do me that favor, which is really doing you that favor, you are going to change your life. There is no way on God's green earth that you could watch all of my videos and not be successful in the stock market. That's how confident I am of how I'm delivering this stuff, because I know what I needed when I was trying to learn this stuff. That's why I break this stuff down very simplistic, right? So there is no way that you should be losing if you seriously following what I'm saying on this YouTube channel, right? And I'm not just talking about from the stock market. I'm talking about life, perspective, right? All of that stuff. And we just getting started. I need y'all to understand the bag is deep and the well is deep, right? I got so many angles I could come from, right? So I want you to continue to show up, right? Give me your time in the form of watching these videos. I'm not going to waste your time. I'm not going to clickbait you. I ain't going to pump a whole bunch of ads in front of your face because I want to just make some money, right? I'm here to deliver a very rich experience of content and information, right? I am here to deliver a very rich experience when you are consuming my content, right? That's what I focus on, is I want to have rich content. I want it to be so rich in the substance that you like, I cannot get this nowhere else, right? So stay with me, keep showing up. If it's not clicking, keep showing up, right? All you got to do is dedicate a certain period of time every day to watching these videos, consuming this information and studying. And I promise you, you are going to change your life. It is inevitable. Okay? It is inevitable, y'all. I am that confident that you could change your life. Real talk. All right? Thank you for the sauce. Let's go, Big D. Trade it in for Netflix. That's what I'm saying. You watch Netflix for 2 or 3 hours a day, Hulu, Paramount, right? The NFL, right? Just listen. That's all I'm saying. Like, really understand the power of locking in for a period of time. Because once you learn this, it's going to change your life. All right? It's going to change your life. All right? So, join the Discord. All right? Link is in the description. If you're not in the Discord, I'm going to see you in the Discord tomorrow morning. If you don't join, I'm going to see you tomorrow on Wisdom Wednesday. All right, tomorrow we got Wisdom Wednesday, and you already know we're going to bring some heat there too. All right, and then we're going to double back in the evening, and we're going to assess what happened in the market, and we're going to see what happened, and we're going to find some more setups for the next day. And we're going to keep rinsing and repeating until some of y'all start buying houses, until some of y'all start paying off the debt, right? Until some of y'all start moving out of the city that you want to move out of, because now you got your bread up and you got your bag up. All right? So keep all of this up, y'all. All right, keep showing up for yourself. So like I always say in every single video, make sure you get up out your head and go get into this world, because your head is a dangerous place to live. All right? And also remember, y'all, the more you study, the less you worry. All right? One of your videos gave me more knowledge than trading course I paid thousands for. Man, I appreciate that, Big D. I got to keep watching these lives. Your energy shows up on the replays, but the lives give me life. Whew. Appreciate that, Angel. Listen, we going to keep it going, y'all. Y'all have a great night. All right, all of y'all have a great night. I'm going to see y'all tomorrow. We're going to make some money in the market. Let's keep it going, all right? All of y'all stay smooth. Peace.